Time is 8:10 in the morning time on this Saturday morning, January 13th, 2018. It is Toto for the Peter Channel. Saturday morning news on this Saturday morning, January 13th, 2018. Good morning to you all on this lovely Saturday morning, January 13th, 2018. It is 8:10 in the morning time. Top story of Peter Channel morning news is Trump remarking next racism accusation. Porn star was reportedly paid to stay quiet about President Trump. The $451 million reason this 20-year-old just retired is winning the lottery. Iran threatens severe response to the U.S. sanctions against Jewish chief. On MLK Day, police chase involved a grave bus ends in Lake County, Illinois, near Chicago. U.S. Ambassador resigns, said he can no longer work for Trump. The U.S. Embassy in London says initial but the move to finance a new building was a Bush decision. Bar Council with the Ruse politicization of controversy. Trump's history of breaking decorum with remarks of race and ethnicity. Vegas government's girlfriend told investigators her fingerprints would be probably in the ammo, and they were. Kentucky just made an order for appeal where people to get health care. Attleboro area women reflect on MLK's gift for language and ability to harness it for good. Burst and scene props continue to plague Attleboro High School. Public safety departments make the case for North Attleboro override. Mr. Amazon steps out. Delta IV rocket successfully lofts clandestine in an satellite in orbit. Questions bound over the fate of SpaceX satellite. SpaceX's Drago cargo capsule returns to Earth today. After Trump taxpayer Pfizer ends funding for Alzheimer's, Parkinson's research and gives billions to investors. Peter Children's time is 8:12 in the morning time on this Saturday morning, January 13th, and it's time now for a sports report. Last night, the North Lancers beyond McKinley Kersley's 22 points, Nick Ruby's 20 points, and Griffin McClure's 18 points defeat the Bills Bucks last night at Larry Lock Gym 70-60, while the North Lancers girls basketball team got trounced by the Mills Bucks 62-34. Tonight is the big AFC divisional playoff game. It's the New England Patriots take on the Tennessee Titans 8 o'clock at Gillette Stadium. And the Boston Bruins will be up in Montreal take on Montreal Canadiens game time 7 o'clock. Pace of Cup from 22 down and Cleveland Cavaliers' third consecutive loss. Bold predictions that pave the path for every underdog to win. What we learned in the Warriors win over the Bucks and former Alabama star Reuben Foster rest of the Tuscaloosa. Peter Children's time is 8:13 in the morning time on this Saturday morning, and it is time now for a traffic and transit pot. Beep, beep. Let's study off on the MBTA. The Franklin Line train 1703, 720 outbound is now operating 15-20 minutes beyond between Wheatville and Forge Park 4095 due to signals. But otherwise, looking good on the commuter rail, subway, ferries. Okay, look at the highways and byways of New England. Looking at the highways and byways of Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, all looking good. And Boston vicinity and eastern Mass, all looking good. 291 on the northbound side, Louisville and the Mass Turnpike out in Springfield. And 291 on the southbound side, it's all from Mass Pike to 91 in Springfield. 84 westbound side, Louisville, Route 91 in Hartford, Connecticut. 25 on the northbound side, it is all around Route 111 in Monroe, Connecticut, but it's looking good in southern New England, down around New York City. The Vernon Bridge, it's a little slow, 278 eastbound side. It's a little slow at Garand, down around 478. 278 westbound side, a little slower. Brooklyn Heights, Midtown Tunnel, it's a little slower on the westbound side. 95 on the northbound side, a little slower. Fort Lee, New Jersey, headed towards the George Washington Bridge. And up in northern New England, Interstate 89, slow up between New London, New Hampshire, all the way up at the Canadian border. 91 on the both ends back between Springfield, Vermont, all the way up at the Canadian border. 93 at the both ends back between Lincoln, New Hampshire, all the way up to Route 91 in Vermont. 87, it is backed up between Albany and all the way up to the Canadian border. New York State Thruway is backed up between Schenectady and Rochester, New York. I-81 on both ends is backed up between Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, all the way up to the Canadian border. Interstate 88, it is backed up between Binghamton and Schenectady. 86, it's backed up between Binghamton all the way down to Chautauqua. And Interstate 80 on both ends is back between Lewisburg, Pittsburgh, all the way to Youngstown, Ohio. And Interstate 79 is back up between Edinburgh and Pittsburgh because of the snowy weather. And Shipton gives the weather at 8:15, and the calendar may read January 13th, but we are off to a summer start. But don't let those looks deceive you, because we are in for falling temperatures sharply throughout today as we take a look at the radar satellite loop, and it shows some rain showers down around east and around the outer Cape Downs, and some patchy rain showers southeast of Nantucket, and some clouds covering a bunch of southeastern Massachusetts, Cape Town, Cloud Islands, and the Cape Band, and a little line rain showers east of Hartford, Connecticut, and stretching from Stafford, Connecticut, down west to Worcester, and down around west of Amherst, down around Hooksett, and rain and sleet down around Keene and Brattleboro, Vermont. And to the west of us, where a line of snow showers stretching from northern Maine and stretching up into Quebec, and down around upstate New York, and down around western PA. And western portions of West Virginia, and some sleet down around northern New Hampshire and then north central Maine. And rain showers 7 New Brunswick down to western portions of Nova Scotia, and some sleet down around central portions of New Brunswick. Alright, looking at the temperature spread. It is a mild start. It's in the 50s and 60s for eastern Massachusetts and eastern Connecticut and all over down, while saying the temperatures of 42 in Winter and 39 in Springfield and 43 in Holyoke. 61 in Norwood, 59 in Marshfield, 58 in Logan, 59 in Taunton, and 63 up in Lawrence. We're listening to the wind howl. Right now, Norton at 8:17 a.m., 55 degrees with a humidity at 96%. Barometer 29.45 inches, and it's steady. Winds west-southwest at 2 miles an hour. And we are under a flood warning until 11 a.m. for Norfolk County, Plymouth County, and Bristol County, and southern eastern Massachusetts at 7:01 a.m. and Eastern Standard Time. Runoff from heavy rainfall in the snowbelt considered resulted rise at river levels across the region. The Saggrass River, the Titan, was about flood stage is still rising. Some locations experience flooding include New Bedford, Brockton, Quincy, Fall River, Plymouth, Taunton, Weymouth, Braintree, Dartmouth, Randolph, Franklin, North Attleboro, Darwood, Milton, Stoughton, Bridgewater, Marshfield, Bristol, Marion, and Attleboro. Flood warning. National Weather Service at Taunton, Massachusetts. Fall rivers in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and protect the river at Crested, the affected counties. Taunton River near Bridgewater, affected Bristol, Plymouth counties, and Wood River at Hope Valley, affected Washington County. Flood warning for Taunton River near Bridgewater from this morning to this evening until the warning is canceled at 4:45 a.m. Saturday. The stage was 6.8 feet and flood stage is 8 feet, and minor flooding is forecast to rise about flood stage late this morning. And crest near 8.2 feet by this afternoon. There's will fall below flood stage late this afternoon at 8 feet. Backwater flooding from the Taunton River will cause flooding to the lower Pritchard, Burke, and Middle. This will cause Pulaski Park to come past by most vehicles and beware of dangers across from flooded roadways. And wind advisories until 9 a.m. this morning for a portion of coastal Rhode Island in eastern Massachusetts to Boston, Taunton, and Providence, and New Bedford, and Newport. The south wind about 50-25 miles gust between 40 and 50 miles an hour, and strongest winds at 7 or 8 a.m. and a few times tree limbs as some power outages are possible. And wind advisory remains from 11 a.m. this morning to 4 p.m. this afternoon, and flash freeze with a risk of brief period of light freezing rain and freezing drizzle. Total as a cushion of glaze expected. Portions of eastern, northeastern, and southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island. From 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, and rain may change to a brief period of spotty light freezing rain and freezing drizzle before or by early afternoon. More importantly, temperatures will rapidly fall from near 60 in the 20s during the afternoon, resulting in a flash freeze, and untreated roads and walkways may quickly become icy. And a flood watch continues for all 7 New England until 1 p.m. this afternoon as heavy rain early this morning will continue to result in significant urban street flooding, especially across eastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island. We also continue to watch for the potential for isolated Ash Jam River flooding. The heavy rain will come in by mid-morning, but we'll need to watch for potential of some minor river flooding on the slower responding mainstream rivers for the next 12 to 24 hours. Okay, forecast goes like this. Today, jet rain drizzle before 10 a.m. Then patch of freeze drizzle between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Cloud fight mid-morning, then gradual cooling temperature fall around 29 by 5 p.m. Southwest about 7 to 11 miles coming northwest in the afternoon. Winds could gust out 33 miles an hour. Jet space 30% news. Pitch less than 10 minutes possible for today. Patch of freeze drizzle between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Most skies about 12 above. Northwest with about 6 miles an hour. Break up with a common winds could gust out 21 miles an hour for Sunday. Sunday sky about 25 degrees. Coming the north and Friday 8 miles in the morning for Sunday night. Most of the coast about 8 above. Wind chill as well as 1 below, north about 3 to 6 miles an hour for Martin Luther King Day. Partly center of the most about 24, about 18 degrees, and north about 6 miles an hour for Tuesday. Mostly cloudy sky about 34, about 32 degrees. Chance pressure 40% with a chance of snow after 10 p.m. Wednesday, a chance of snow before 1 p.m., then a chance of snow after 2 p.m. Partly center sky about 32 degrees and chance pressure 40%. Wednesday night, chance of snow, most skies about 16 degrees and chance pressure 40%. Thursday, a chance of snow, mostly sunny, podcast about 3 about 16 degrees and chance pressure 30%. And for Friday, most of the skies about 34 degrees, and that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Friday morning, January 12th on the Sunday morning, January 13th, 2018. People weeks will be have a good morning, goodbye day, to the have a good day.